Meditation on 23rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, on September 1st, 2022. Prayer open to wisdom beyond the now. Whenever we meet the holy months of the martyrs, passing through the middle of a hot summer and crossing the threshold of autumn that has come as a promise, we set our minds on the silent flow of time. It is a time to feel the savagery of the rush of time, while also asking for wisdom that is worthy of concern about how to nurture these moments that cannot be neglected and the precious relationships that we have met. And we know that, as usual, after a heavy rain and wind, the heat that warmed the earth will cool down, and the cool wind will blow. However, in the face of the power of natural phenomena that will be more powerful than ever, I also earnestly pray that each of us will pass without deep wounds to our loved ones and the places of life that we have cherished. Moreover, unpredictable changes in the environment, including extreme weather events, conflicts between countries, and instability in economic conditions, continue around the world. Also, due to the continuation of infectious diseases or the harmful effects of new diseases, we are not able to enjoy the same freedom as before. There are so many incidents that always come as a challenge. Even when I look back on the place of life, where the heart of a small person can't help it, there are times when I deeply feel the fragility of human existence. Maybe it can be said that everything we go through, from I as an individual to the worries of the whole world, is embracing typhoons of different sizes. Just as a huge wind that is difficult to handle occurs when air of different temperatures and pressures meet and collide, there are always problems that must be endured in the lives of each of us. However, it seems that I does not even know the cause of the start of the typhoon clearly. The huge earth is round, and I, who is smaller than dust, cannot see the curved world beyond the horizon. No matter how broad and deep my field of vision is, I am a being who walks in the midst of indeterminate things, a being who cannot see even an inch ahead. There was a time when I meditated on the fact that humans are always weak. When we are babies, our bodies are small and our strength is weak. Our minds lack broader understanding, and our experiences are sparse. And we cannot even realize how to walk and speak, and even the minimum conditions for survival, unless we learn from the warm arms of our parents. That's why we feel weakness in our own existence, and we need everyone's help. Also, when we are young, our bodies are strong and our knowledge is broadened. So even though we are proud of ourselves as if we have a certain degree of vision, we actually lack generous wisdom and discover that we lack the true strength that comes from inner flexibility. That's why we need the help of experienced people. And as we get older, our eyes widen as we gain experience. However, even if wisdom shines through repeated many setbacks and rises, it is impossible to reach complete knowledge. And there are times when the health that will reveal that much wisdom is weakening again, and we have to rely on the consideration of others. In this way, we go through the process of life, from childhood when all parts are weak, to use when knowledge is increased but empirical wisdom is weak. And to old age, when we are full of wisdom and generosity but have to deal with physical weakness. This explains that human beings are fragile beings who can never live their entire lives alone. Who can know God's counsel, or who can conceive what the Lord intends? Whoever knew your counsel except you had given wisdom and sent your Holy Spirit from on high? I have to admit that I am not able to predict tomorrow even in my own life, nor can I guess which variables will meet the inflection point on the graph of my life. How can I hold on to the aspects of relationships that take place in life, such as separation, meeting and gathering, and then scattering again, according to my will? At times, just as a belief that seemed to last forever is broken, everything in life changes so much that it's impossible to predict its fate. So, when faced with successive ups and downs in life, I often find out how painfully I am and how easily my faith is shaken. However, when that happens, as if healing a torn heart again, I open my heart calmly and entrust myself to prayer. When I think back on the practical experience of the Lord's care, who loves even the most humble of people, I cry deeply about how much the Lord loved me in a way that human wisdom could never find. Perhaps this is why He was away from you for a while. Then you might have Him back forever. For humans who cannot look beyond that, the times they have to endure the present separation are definitely painful. However, I see that suffering comes back to great blessings, even through the human relationships that we had for a short time in the Lord. Just as a tearful parting makes the longing even deeper, and the person who has suffered a deep wound matures and forms a love that is as hard as a diamond. The moment we pass through the darkness of tears and poverty and bitterness, we will not be able to comprehend their meaning. However, only after we have endured strong waves, we become compassionate people who cannot ignore the tears of others, the piercing wounds of poverty, and the sad expression on their faces. That way, you become a person that anyone can indulge in. I believe the words of the Lord, "Happy are those who mourn now." And I believe that the Lord's word that sorrow will be turned into joy is no consolation of an illusion. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. It is said that the greatest pain for human beings is loneliness. The priest may be the one who has made his loved ones lonely by leaving himself, perhaps voluntarily responding to the path of loneliness. But he willingly chooses to be separated, not because he doesn't love those he loves, but because he loves enough to be everything to everyone. And he was so fascinated that he gave his whole life to the Lord, who showed true love. If you try to avoid a heavy cross, it is right that it becomes an unbearable burden. However, if we accept the love melted in that cross and become a part of our body. It is a blessing that we must bear and carry with joy. Just as if there is an uncomfortable part of our body, we cannot throw it away and embrace it with more love. Just as the typhoon beyond is unfathomable, we cannot predict everything that is coming. Nevertheless, when I take up the cross, I believe that it is the way to complete the love of the Lord, who taught me wisdom beyond the present.